What's up, guys? Parker the Realtor here, and um, as I had said, I will be doing live every week, and kind of just talk about information um, that we need to talk about. Let's see here. Hold on one sec, guys. Okay, and last week we talked about buyers information, stuff you need to know, basic stuff. Today we will be talking about sellers information and seller stuff that we need to go specifically if you're planning on selling your house in the near future, what that means to you, how we're a little different, what you should expect, what you shouldn't expect, common mistakes people make, and that kind of stuff. And I'm an open book for those that know me. Let's go. All right. So let's say you plan on selling your home in the next year. And I know there's a lot of talk about a new settlement that came down from the National Association of Realtors. I'm not going to discuss that today. I'm going to discuss how things are working now. There will be some changes on the compensation side on the back end, but not on the front end. So that's why there's no need for me to discuss it. So, all right. So when you go to sell your house, there's a few things you need to consider. It's not as simple as just hiring a realtor to put on the MLS, putting a for sale sign, having an open house, and selling it. You got to understand that there's three different ways your house is going to sell. It's going to be dictated to sell, right? When we do values on a property, there's three different values that come up: the highs, the mediums, and the lows. That's the way I'll explain it. And the highs are turnkey. You walk in and all upgrades everywhere. Thanks, Steve. Upgrades everywhere, and it's like, I don't have to, as a buyer, I don't have to do anything to this house. I love it. Let's make an offer. So let's say that house is worth $600,000. Okay, in turnkey condition. The backyard is manicured. There's a pool. Ideal neighborhood. I mean, it's just pristine, right? Then there's a second tier. The second tier is that house is worth $575,000, not $600,000. Because why? Well, they haven't upgraded the kitchen cabinets or the kitchen counters in 15 years. The house was built in 2004. They might have upgraded the paint, but not the carpet. The backyard is not manicured. It's not, there's no pool. It's just dirt, right? So that one's worth $575,000. Then the third one is it's just crap. And what I mean by crap is no upgrades in 25 years, horrible condition. They had dogs inside, so it smells like piss and urine. The paints are ugly. The kitchen counters are falling off the hinges. You can imagine. The back is just trash and weeds. So when you go to list your house, those are the three different options you have. And as a realtor, I have to tell you which one it is. Now, what we do differently is we try to move you up, though, from C to B to A. And we try to do that at no cost to you. And when I say no cost, I'm serious. No cost. Now, let me explain. So let's say that to go from 575 to 600,000, which is a top notch, we need to clean up the house. We need to go in and completely redo the backyard, get rid of all the weeds, and make sure it's clean. We need to make sure, now I'm not going to add a pool, but we need to make sure when you go outside it's ready to be barbecue for the summer, right? We need to declutter the house. We need to paint it. We need to completely detail the house, scrub it so it is spotless. As you know, when you go to get your car, you get your car washed, and they give you the options where your car comes back and it's absolutely looks like it just came off the dealer floor. We do that. I bring my landscaper, my handyman, my cleaning crew, my pool guy, my painter, and we go in and we see. And let's say that for that house to go from 575 to 590, I need to put $3,000 into it. I'll put it into it. I'm investing in you because you're going to invest in me. And that's what we do. We bring our team. Now, obviously, there's a cap, guys, and we can go from house to house. I don't have a blank checkbook, but that's what we do. Can I get you Can I get you to go from a house that's 550 to 575, or can I get you to go from 575 to 600? That's an extra $20,000 in your pocket, 25 potentially, and I do that. All I ask is that you declutter. Let my people clean your house and scrub your toilets and your tubs. Let my people go in and do all the touch-ups and patch the holes in the wall and repaint that wall. Let my people go to the backyard and completely clean it up, get rid of all the weeds and throw all the trash out. We'll do that. That's the value we bring. Because it's worth it to me. It's worth it. If you're going to pay me the commission to sell your house and I'm going to make $18,000 and I got to put $3,000 for you to make an extra $20,000, why the hell wouldn't I do it? That is the difference between value and somebody that just lists your home. Big, massive difference. So the first thing we do is we go in and I give you all three options. If you don't do nothing in your house, this is how much you can sell it for. If your house, if you upgrade, if you clean up your house and do all the other stuff, this is where your price point goes, right? So I give you those three options. And then after I give you those three options, I go in there and I walk through your house and see, am I willing to spend my money to fix up the house so you can go up a notch and make an extra $15,000, $20,000? Or better yet, let's assume your house is completely trashed. Dog piss, and it's been there for years, so no matter what, I can't get rid of that smell. And it would cost $50,000. So you're already at $550,000. There's no way I can get your house to go up to $575,000 or $600,000 without investing $50,000 into it, which would make no sense. And you're like, Paco, I want to sell my house, but it's been rented for 40 years and it smells like piss. No problem. I have investors. I have investors that I can bring in who will take the house as is, take it off your hands, and you don't even have to pay full commission. So instead of paying that 4, 5, 6, whatever, no. I'll put it together. You'll pay me some kind of fee to bring it together. They'll come in. They'll offer you cash. Done. So, house is shit. I have a guy for that. You want to go from a house that's shit and you need to make an extra $15,000 because you need to buy your next house and you need that extra money? I have a crew. No problem. You want to go from $575,000 to $600,000 because your house is clean, but now we need to make it turnkey because you need that extra money? I have a crew. I bring the full team. And most of the time, it's at no cost to you. None. The cost to you is that you just sign, that you come to an agreement with me for me to sell your house. And this is the value we offer. It's a lot more than just sign here, let me put on the MLS and hope somebody shows up. We still have the drone, professional photographer, videographer, all that's still there. We obviously still put on the MLS, virtual 360s. We still have open houses. And here's the other thing is, with the open houses, we don't do just random showings during the week to interrupt your schedule. Hell no. I like to have my open houses on the weekend between 11 and 3, and then my team will handle it. Go to the park, go hang out, take your dog, do whatever you need to do, and then that way you're not interrupted with your life. That's what we're there for. So that's what we bring. But there's more. I sound like that guy at 2 o'clock in the morning that sells the, what's that guy that sells the, that spray that turns into like a silicone thing? I can't remember now. Anyways, so there's more. Let's assume that you need me to clean up your house. You need me to sell your house for top value because you need to buy another house and you need to squeeze out as much juice cash as you need. But you're unsure of the tax implications. No problem. Let's set up a Zoom call with my CPA. Tell him what's going on. He could walk you through it. Flex Seal. Thank you, Steve. Flex Seal. And there's more. And the Oxy guy. Not OxyContin, the Oxy cleaning guy. So then I set up a Zoom call with my CPA. And you can talk to my CPA at no cost. And he can tell you, hey, here's your potential tax implications. Here's what you should do. Should you put it in a trust before you sell it? Should you do a 1031 exchange if it's a rental property? Because everybody's dynamics are different. Some people are downsizing. Some people are upsizing. Some people have so much money, but they want to downsize because they're older. They have a 2-story. Now they want a single story, or they're moving from a big 3,000 square foot house to a 55 plus community. But what are the tax implications? Those are questions you want answered, right? You don't want to figure it out after you sell your house and now Uncle Sam says, give me 30%. I will set up an appointment with the CPA that I use, and he can answer all your questions for you. So now, your tax questions are answered. My crew's the one setting up your house for sale and squeezing out as much profit as you can. All you have to do is declutter. That's it. That is it. And my friends, that is how you sell a house. That is the value we bring to selling a house. That is the difference between, I'll charge you less commission. Okay, so you'll save a few $1,000s, but they're not going to do any of the extra stuff to make you more money. My goal is to sell your house for the most amount of money with the least amount of headache. And the way I do that is by making sure Uncle Sam is taken care of, making sure my crew does most of the work. And hey, if we need to do a lot of work and it's going to cost a lot of money, I'll share that cost. That's what we do. So, when you're looking to sell the house, this spring, early this summer, and you're trying to figure out between brokerages and realtors, and ask yourself, what does it cost me? What's the value to me? Well, I always tell people, well, that's it. What are they going to do for you other than negotiate a cheaper commission? Because if they're negotiating a cheaper commission, they're also not going to negotiate for you when the offers come in for you to make more money. Because they're not negotiators. They just do it for the cheapest. Now, I know what you're thinking. Paco, realtors are useless scumbags that get paid too much money to do nothing. I get it. We've done that to ourselves because our industry is full of yahoos. But the reality is that a realtor who has value makes your life a lot easier. And the way they do it is by what I just described. Are they going to make me more money? Well, shit, he's bringing in his crew to clean my house. I can make an extra $15,000. Check that box. Do I have to worry about tax implications? I just got a free consultation with a CPA, not an accountant, not his cousin who does taxes on the side, a CPA who told me what I need to do to make sure. And if that means we got to put your house in a trust first before we sell, then that's what that means. No biggie. A realtor that has value brings solutions to the table that make your life easier, more profitable, and give you less headaches. A average realtor just wants to list the house, put it in the MLS, have an open house, and then see what happens. That is the difference, my friends. And unfortunately, we do not know the difference because a lot of people, our industry is horrible at educating people. So, if you are planning on selling your house in the next few months and you are still trying to figure out what it is, let me know. Give me a call. Is it an investment property that's crap condition that you don't have money to fix up? We'll take care of it. Is it your own house, but you have to do work on it, but you just don't have time or maybe don't have the money? We'll take care of it. Is it a house that needs to be sold, but you have 4 kids and it's a wreck because you have 4 kids? Don't worry about it. Just declutter. I will take care of the rest for you. That, my friends, is value. That is the difference between value and everything else. Right? I am as transparent as they come. Give me a call. Send me a DM. Ask me questions. I'm more than happy to answer. I'm more than happy to see the house. And at the end, we might not come to an agreement. And that's okay. At the end, it might need $10,000 to get you to the next notch up. And It's just not worth it. That's okay. It's just there's nothing wrong with having conversations. Nothing wrong at all. All right, guys. So I hope this at least educated one or two of you. Next week, I will be talking about potentially selling your house, but not avoiding capital gains by doing it, putting it in a trust, and then maybe moving to a 55 plus community. So we're going to talk more specifically about certain examples where people are in their 60s and they need to sell their house, but they got a crap load of equity. They're scared of the tax implications. They're scared of what comes, and we're going to walk down exactly how that means from a tax point of view, from a legal point of view of ownership. You know, there's a difference between a will and a trust. A will is what happens if you die. A trust is, but if that happens, it still has to go to probate. A trust automatically, probate is not required to go in now, so you save money. So, whole different conversation for a different day, right? But this is the difference. So, we'll have a conversation specifically what that looks like next time. But this time around, it really is as simple as what if you plan on selling your house. You know, what is it? What is value? What is a value you should even be looking at? What does it even look like? If I've never sold a house and I'm meeting with 5 realtors, how do I know the difference between one and the other? If I really don't know what I'm doing. If you're an experienced realtor and you're tired of paying fees to realtors who didn't do crap for you, and you actually want someone who has value, what does that look like to you? All right? Okay, mis amigos. Until next time, this is Paco the Realtor, and I'll see you guys next week. If I'm considering selling my home this year, what value do I need to make sure I'm going to make the most amount of money with the least amount of headaches?